This is me, Tippy. And this is the trip that's going to change everything for me. I arrived in a city I didn't know much about. Just me, a backpack, and the road ahead. I knew where I wanted to go, but I had no idea what the journey would feel like. It was me traveling all alone for the first time in my life. Bratislava greeted me with silence, fog, and something I didn't expect. This wasn't just a short solo trip. It was the start of something bigger. Let me show you what I found in just 2 days in Bratislava. I started my journey from Berlin with Flixbus. It's a pretty cheap and comfortable option if you are on a budget. I got to Bratislava Mlinske Nevi in the morning, and the first thing I did was grab a day ticket from one of these machines. Just make sure you validate it on the bus. I'll be honest, I was nervous. I knew where I wanted to go, just wasn't sure how to start. Traveling solo was a big decision for me. Walking around the old town, I was admiring the architecture. It was foggy and freezing, and honestly, I could feel that chill right through me. At first, I didn't even set up my tripod. I just filmed quick shots because honestly, I was kind of scared to put it down. All these thoughts kept popping up in my mind, like, what if someone runs off with it? What if the wind just knocks it over? Yeah, a lot of what ifs. Then I got to Michael's Gate. I remember seeing it while I was researching this city. But seeing it up close was something else. It's actually the only preserved medieval gate in Bratislava. Kind of cool to think about how many people have walked through here over the centuries. Standing there, I started feeling like maybe this trip wasn't just about visiting a new place. It was about proving to myself that I could do this, that I could actually travel alone and make it work. I came here in Tuesday. It's closed today. Next, I headed to Hlavné Námestie, or the main square. The first thing that caught my eye was the Maximilian fountain. It's hard to miss this huge historic fountain right in the center. Did you know it was built back in 1572 and is actually the oldest fountain in Bratislava? Pretty cool to think it's been here for centuries. Right next to it was the Old Town Hall. It's the oldest stone building in Bratislava, dating all the way back to the 14th century. And amazing how it's still standing, honestly. It's also connected to Apponyi Palace, just one big complex. Literally right next to that was Primacial Palace. It's known for its Hall of Mirrors, which used to host grand balls back in the day. I headed back to the square to check out a few more things. That's when I stumbled upon this really cool statue of Napoleon's army soldier. It's just leaning casually against a bench. This is where the wind knocked over my tripod and phone. Thankfully no damage, but honestly, that was my wake-up call. I think it's Napoleon. Right next to the square, I spotted this statue of a happy looking guy. It's called Schöne Náci. It's actually a tribute to a real person, Ignace Lamar, a local legend known for always being dressed in a tuxedo and greeting people with a smile. Just seeing the statue made me feel a smile too. A bit further on, I found one of the most unique attractions in the city, Čumil, or as they call him, the man at work. It's probably the most photographed statue in Bratislava. There's even a local joke that if you rub his helmet, it brings you good luck. People of Bratislava have been really kind to me. They have been nothing but welcoming to me, making me feel calm and on my first solo trip. Bratislava has been very nice so far. People are very friendly. As I was exploring this side of the city, I noticed this church, the Franciscan Church and Monastery. It's actually the oldest existing religious building in Bratislava, dating back to the 13th century. Even though it was winter, the backyard of the church still felt pretty welcoming. I mean, I could totally see myself reading a book here. Who am I kidding? I'd probably just be scrolling through Instagram, which is what I did. Sometimes when you travel in budget, you have to bring food from your home. I took a short break and ate something I brought from home. Gotta stick to the budget, right? After that, I started walking toward the Hviezdoslav Square through the old town. I spotted something interesting inside the Apponyi Palace, a giant chessboard. This city is full of little surprises. Close by, I also found this great statue of Saint George, which is actually a fountain, which I later realized. It symbolizes the victory of good over evil. It's pretty cool to find something like that just tucked away in here. Before leaving the old town, I had to make a big choice. Honestly, probably the hardest decision of this whole trip. Picking the right souvenir. I finally found one and it was also on my budget. Then I went to explore Hviezdoslav Square. The first thing that caught my eye was the statue of Pavel Orzak Hviezdoslav, and the square itself is actually named after him. On the opposite side, I could see the Slovak National Theatre. It was pretty quiet for a city center. Like I said, I'm on a budget, so instead of going inside, I just admired the building from outside and moved on. When you are traveling solo, you have to make choices, decisions that actually benefits you. You figure out what you really want from this trip. The best part, you don't have to impress anyone but yourself. Next up was the Bratislava Reduta. To be honest, I had no idea what it was, I just saw it on the map highlighted. Turns out it's actually the home of Slovak Philharmonic Orchestra. Opposite to it was monument to Ľudovít Štúr, a tribute to one of Slovakia's most important national heroes and the father of Slovak language. Next, I went to see Grassalkovich Palace. It's actually the official residence of the President of Slovakia. Pretty impressive building. And in front of it was Planet of the Peace fountain. In winter they say Planet of the Peace no fountain. I ended my day with Sivioka Polieka, basically a creamy cheese soup. I got it from Soupculture. You can actually eat the cup too. I started the day with a visit to UFO Observation deck. Like I mentioned before, I am not really into spending money on things I can enjoy from outside. So I just admired the view from the ground, and honestly it was still pretty beautiful. Next on my way, I came across the Morový Stĺp, also known as the Plague Column. It was built in 18th century as a symbol of gratitude for surviving the plague. Walking towards St. Martin's Cathedral, I also passed by the Pamätník Holocaust Memorial. Then I finally reached St. Martin's Cathedral, one of the oldest and most important churches in Bratislava. It's actually where the Hungarian kings were crowned for centuries. Right next to the church, there was this little cafe where I tried this delicious tia maracuya mousse. I hate it when I'm in budget mood and I have to go to toilet. But there is no free toilet in the old town. So I have to go to restaurant. Turned out the restaurant is very good. So no loss there, and also very cheap. Next to the cathedral, I came across this building, just a pharmacy, but the architecture, my god, it is so regal. This city is really walking friendly. I have been walking for 2 hours and exploring the city. I started walking toward the medieval city walls. These walls once surrounded the entire city, acting as a defensive barrier. Only a small part of the original walls still exists today. But it's enough to give you a sense of how the old city was protected. From there, I started walking up to see the Bratislava Castle, which is, by the way, way higher than I expected. My god, why are all the castles so up? On the way up, I came across this statue called Posorka. It's a modern sculpture representing a witch. I started walking again, and honestly, I felt more confident than yesterday. My water bottle was filled. I had everything I needed in my bag. Even though the climb was a lot, when I finally made it to the top, it was totally worth it. I know I say that about every climb, but it's true, I really do feel that way. I'm hanging on my dear life. Standing there was the Bratislava Castle, looking pretty impressive with its massive white walls and red roof. Right in front of it, there is the statue of Svetopluk I, the great Moravian ruler, symbolizing the city's rich history. It's one of those spots where you just kind of stop for a second, like wow, this place is actually pretty amazing. Subscribe! Next, I came across the Saint Elisabeth of Hungary statue. She is known as the patron saint of the poor. The city looked breathtaking under the fog. Honestly, I couldn't decide, was this like a scene from a horror movie or a romantic one? After exploring a bit, I decided to grab some snacks. It was a small place near the castle, and honestly, the food was pretty good. The service was even better. They were just really welcoming. Next, I wanted to see the famous blue church, so that's where I headed. Social media wasn't wrong about this one. It's literally blue from top to bottom. It is officially called the Church of St. Elizabeth. It's one of the most unique Art Nouveau buildings in Bratislava. Before coming here, I'll be honest, Hollywood kind of made me believe that Europe was a dangerous place, especially for solo travelers. It's complete and utter. So far, Bratislava has been a delight. The streets are cleaner, people are friendly, places are very nice. I'm really enjoying it. One of the main reasons I was afraid to start my solo journey was because of all the negativity in the media. This trip turned out to be one of the most rewarding and soul-refreshing experiences of my life. The last place I wanted to see was the Slavin Memorial. It's a bit outside the city and actually a war memorial honoring Soviet soldiers who liberated Bratislava during World War II. The last place I went was in outside of the city, so the transportation is not regular. I had to wait 20 minutes for the next transportation, so I decided to walk. And with that, I wrapped up my journey in Bratislava, and all I can say is Yakuyam Bratislava. I didn't know what to expect from this city. I came here with nerves, doubts and way too many what ifs, but the city met me with calm, with kindness, with space to figure things out. I made mistakes, I learned, I adapted, and somewhere between the silence, the fog and still streets, I stopped being afraid. Bratislava didn't just give me a destination, it gave me a beginning.